KHOU 11 News at 5:30 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. It's great to have you with us. We begin with breaking news. The FBI says it is investigating what appears to be another attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump.
We want to tell you that the Republican presidential candidate is safe and well.
It happened around 1:30 at the Trump International Golf Club in West Palm Beach, Florida, where the former president was playing a round of golf.
An AK-style rifle with a scope was recovered, along with 2 backpacks and a GoPro camera, according to officials. The FBI says that the Secret Service fired at the suspect and detained him. Former President Trump was 300 to 500 yards away from the man with the gun, according to the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. President Biden, Vice President Harris, and Attorney General Merrick Garland have all been briefed about the shooting. They say they are glad Trump is safe. As we learn more, we'll update you on KHOU.com. Also breaking at this hour, Houston police are looking for this man right here. They say he shot and killed a woman at a kid's birthday party earlier this week.
27-year-old Jalen Foreman is being charged with murder. Here's what we know so far. HPD tells us a family was throwing a birthday party for a child when Foreman, the child's alleged father, showed up on the doorstep, started arguing, then allegedly pulled out a gun and started firing multiple shots. A woman who police say is the mother was hit and pronounced dead on the scene. Officers say the suspect got away in a white Chevy Tahoe. If you have any information on where Foreman might be, you're asked to call HPD. In other breaking news now, right now an off-duty Harris County Sheriff's deputy is currently fighting for their life in the hospital. This after a major crash.
It happened around noon today on the Hardy Toll Road near East Ritchie Road. Here's what the toll road looks like right now from our TransStar camera. You can see both lanes. In the directions, both directions are closed as authorities continue to investigate this.
Now, according to Sheriff Ed Gonzalez, a group of 6 motorcyclists were trying to take over the freeway. That led up to the crash involving the off-duty deputy's undercover car. The deputy said to be in critical condition at this hour. At this time, no other injuries have been reported, and this crash is still under investigation.
Tonight, we are learning new information about a tragic shooting at a block party where 3 people were killed.
According to Houston police, a total of 11 people were shot in a drive-by. HPD says 2 men died at the scene and a 3rd man was taken to the hospital where he later died. As for the 8 other victims, 7 of them were men between 22 and 49 years old and a 43-year-old woman. All are now expected to survive. Investigators say a large crowd was at a block party when at just before 2:30 Saturday morning, at least 3 suspects inside a car started shooting at the crowd. And new tonight, we're hearing from the loved one of Breon Stewart, one of the victims.
Stewart's fiance tells our Katira Winfrey she prays someone finds it in their heart to come forward with information.
Last night for Ashlyn Winter was a night like no other.
Definitely disbelief, like being home and him not coming last night, just being here and him not here, hoping he walked through the door, that was kind of sad.
Ashlyn is in the beginning stages of grief, trying to figure out life moving forward without the love of her life. 23-year-old Breon Stewart.
Really so genuine, can light up a whole room with just his smile, his words, real genuine soul.
Just before 3 o'clock Saturday morning, she got a devastating call explaining how chaos and gunfire erupted at this Northeast Houston intersection, and her fiance ended up caught in the center. It's unexpected. She says anxiety typically keeps Stewart away from crowds like this.
Person that you with for so long every day and then finally is permanent, like you're never going to see them again, that hurts. That's a different type of hurt. Like, I don't wish that on nobody.
She's experienced devastating loss before, but she didn't cope alone.
We was both able to grieve our baby together, and I was on my own, but this time I'm on my own, like grieving him.
Tragedies like this, she says, your feelings change minute to minute. Right now, she and Stewart's mother lean on one another. Their shared grief somehow holding each other up with help from hope and a prayer.
So I pray, like, if you know something, you say something.
Reporting in Northeast Houston, Katira Winfrey, KHOU 11 News.
If you know anything about the shooting, call Houston Police or Crime Stoppers. That number is 713-222-TIPS, and you can remain anonymous.
This is a story we will continue to follow closely for you. You can find all of our information, full coverage updates on the website, KHOU.com. Tonight, police say one person is dead in what appeared to be a drug deal.
This comes after a 911 call was made to HPD last night after witnesses say a group of men with rifles were firing multiple shots in a parking lot. Police were called to an apartment complex on West Oaks Plaza Drive near Richmond Avenue and Highway 6 at 11 p.m. At the scene, officers noticed a neighbor's garage and front doors were wide open with shell casings around the area. Inside the apartment, police tell us they found a man dead, along with a large amount of narcotics. Police weren't able to give a description of the suspects involved, but say they fled the scene in a car. If you have any information, you're asked to call HPD.
Right now, Houston police are still piecing together what led up to a fiery car crash this morning where a driver and passenger died. HPD says this morning at around 6:55, a red Jeep was driving south on State Highway 288, then suddenly veered off the freeway and crashed into a light pole, causing the car to go up in flames. According to Precinct 4 Constable Mark Herman, one of their deputies tried to save a man and woman inside the car, but were not able to. Police say they aren't able to tell if the driver was intoxicated due to the severity of that crash.
All right, let's talk weather now. Taking a live look outside over Hobby Airport on another hot and humid day. Meteorologist Pat Cavalin is joining us now.
All right, Pat, how's the week looking?
Week is looking hot, so more of a continuation of what we had, I would say more so yesterday. A few more clouds out there today. That didn't stop temperatures, though, from getting to 96 degrees. Normal this time of year is 91. We were just 2 degrees shy of the record of 98 set back in 1980. Sunset coming up tonight at 7:26. Live look out towards NRG, where they are getting ready to play the Texans game at 7:20 this evening. And the weather is very warm out there right now, but at the moment it's dry. We'll see if we hang on to the dry weather for the time being, because there are a few storms up to the north. 95 still in Houston at Bush, 95 for Tomball, 85 in Galveston, 90 for Pearland, and 93 in Conroe. There are the storms that I was talking about right now north of the city up towards College Station, going out towards Waco and out towards the Austin area. They're going to get some of this as well. As we get in for a little bit of a closer look, you can see Huntsville seeing some rain and thunder right now, and all of this is again pushing down to the south, so that's why we're keeping an eye on this to see if this actually holds together. The atmosphere not fully supportive of this, but there is the potential that we could see some of these storms arrive in the area, and if that happens, the time frame for the city of Houston would be somewhere between 6:30 and 7:30 this evening, so still about 2 hours before this reaches us. But again, if we do get any of this, it's going to be heavy downpours, a couple of thunder and lightning strikes, and that's pretty much it. Nothing severe at the moment. No warnings with these storms, just more of a nuisance for our evening. Looking ahead to the upcoming week, the heat will continue to build, mid to upper 90s ahead as we get into the start of the week. No cool downs in sight, at least for the next 5 to 7 days. And the good news, though, is that the tropics are staying quiet for us here at home. We are still watching 2 systems out in the Atlantic, though. So through the overnight, an early shower possible. Otherwise, though, it's warm and muggy. Getting into the day tomorrow, a lot of sunshine, still maybe a stray shower chance, but I think it's about a 10% chance or less. Most of us do stay dry for Monday, and then high pressure slides in for Tuesday, and that's going to keep things sunny, hot, and humid for us as we get into the middle part of the week. Rain chances go pretty close to 0 here by Tuesday and Wednesday. So there's future track for tomorrow morning. A lot of sunshine to start. Getting into the afternoon, again, maybe a 10% chance that we get a downpour flaring up across the area. Otherwise, though, it's a quiet day, and then through the evening, weather stays quiet here with dry conditions and a lot of sunshine. But temperatures do stay hot, 97 for Monday and Tuesday. We do kind of stair step our way down through the mid 90s as we get into the end of the week and the weekend. It's not going to be a big noticeable difference, though. It stays hot all week long, and it is above normal. Our average for this time of year is 91 degrees, and it looks like we stay above normal at least all the way through the 3rd and even the beginning of the 4th week of the month. From September 21st to the 25th, temperatures are favored to be at or above normal here across southeast Texas. In the tropics, we've got a brand new system. It is a potential tropical cyclone, and it is potentially expected to develop as we get into tomorrow. The areas impacted will be from Myrtle Beach all the way down towards Savannah, Georgia. There's the forecast track. By tomorrow afternoon, this is expected to make landfall potentially as a tropical storm, and then weakens once it goes on shore, moving up the Appalachians. There's a look at future track. Again, you can see that swirl there. Landfall sometime between morning and afternoon, and then from there continues to go north. Big rainmaker here for the Carolinas, especially as you get into the mountains, and then it just kind of gets absorbed into the upper flow and carried to the north. north and away from us as we get into the middle of the week. So for the overnight, just an early shower chance, 75 as your low temperature. We'll do 97 for Monday with a stray shower chance. There's the 7-day forecast. Not a lot of change expected there. We're going to be in the mid-90s. A lot of sunshine, partly cloudy skies, just about a 10 or 20% rain chance. And that will continue all the way as we get into next weekend.
All right, Pat, thanks so much for that. So who's ready for Sunday Night Football? You ready, Cheryl?
I've been ready since before tonight.
The Texans face off against the Bears tonight at 7 in just less than 2 hours. For the first time in 3 years, the roof will be open for tonight's home game at NRG Stadium. And after starting the season 1-0, the Texans are finally back home playing that Sunday night game.
Yeah, our Luis Ortiz is at NRG Stadium, and Luis's matchup with the Bears in this time slot this early in the season, that is a huge deal and says so much about that football team.
That's right, guys. The hype around the Texans is real. Texans playing on Sunday night for the first time since 2019, December 2019, when they faced the New England Patriots. And now it's going to be interesting tonight to see the Texans' game plan offensively, especially after they ran the ball so well last week. Now, DeMeco Ryans did talk about that this week, saying that he expects opponents to game plan against the Texans' rushing game. Now, he also mentioned, well, he's confident that they can be effective all season long on the ground. Now, let's talk about C.J. Stroud. He was impressive against the Colts in week 1, but he also mentioned this week that he has to be careful against that Bears secondary defense.
No, it's not going to come easy every week, right? Teams are starting to find a way to game plan, scheme to try to stop the run, and how do we get to something different. But first off, you got to know you can do it, and our guys know it.
I think they had one of the most interception rates last year, and they got 2 last week. So, got to be cognizant of that and know that you got to be careful with the ball because, they won the game pretty much on defense last week.
Now, this is a good opportunity for the Texans to start getting a cushion, per se, in the AFC South because everyone else is winless. The Colts, the Jaguars, and the Titans all lost today, so the Texans are looking to go 2-0 to start the season for the first time since 2016. That's all I got live from NRG Stadium. Luis Ortiz, KHOU Channel 11 News.
It's going to be a packed crowd out there. They're going to have fun. They want to win, though.
I know, how exciting. Yeah.
Luis, thanks so much. And be sure to stick around for live post-game action right here on KHOU 11 Plus streaming. Our sports team will deliver analysis on what is hopefully another Texans win, and you can download the app on your Roku or Fire TV. Pat, hopefully those rain showers don't ruin the fact that the roof's going to be open.
Right?
Yeah, and the models kind of trended a little bit drier for this evening earlier this morning, so we'll see if they fizzle out, but we'll be keeping a very close eye on them. Either way, though, going to be a warm evening.
Yeah, very humid. That is back for sure.
Yep, that's our time for now, but we've got you covered anytime on KHOU.com.
We'll have more for you coming up tonight, late at 10. See you then.